Pies, pies, get your pies over here. Cow pies, mud pies. And I'm gonna stop right there before this gets dragged on for too long, so I won't look dumb as dirt. Hi, my name is Andrew Zeng. I'm 6 years old and from the I'm 15 years old and from the Acton Craft 4-H Club. This is my 6th year in 4-H and my 6th visual presentation. Now, prepare to get your hands dirty as we dive deeper into the mud. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away, there was a big bang. Fast forward a few years and here we are with the Earth/soil we've all come to know and love. But hold on, how did all of this Earth get here? Well, it's an interesting story that involves a lot of different factors and moving parts. The first of which is climate. There are different kinds of dirt all around the world, and of course, dirt formed up here in Massachusetts is going to be different from dirt formed down in Texas. Organisms also have a role to play in this dirt-making process. Dead things and waste material break down into nutrients that get absorbed into the soil by microorganisms and bacteria. Microorganisms also blend rocks and produce a sticky substance called aggregate that gives soil its loosely packed form. The relief can help add certain features to the soil. If soil is formed on a steep slope, it will be washed down with the rain. And soil formed on one side of a hill might get more sunlight than soil formed on the other side. Everything has to come from somewhere, and dirt is no exception. It will have to have come from some sort of parent material first. Now, when a mommy rock and a daddy rock love each other very much, okay, I'm kidding. It doesn't involve a mommy rock and a daddy rock, but it does involve rocks. Any kind of rock can become dirt, be it granite, gravel, limestone, rock music. Of course, dead things and waste material can't become dirt at the drop of a hat. It takes a lot of time for dirt to become the way you see it out in your backyard or in the forest. And, of course, we humans have an impact on how the dirt comes out in the end through various interactions with the earth. I mean, we're practically everywhere. It'd be impossible for us to not affect the dirt one way or another. If a farmer plants too much of one crop in an area, then all the nutrients in the soil will get sucked up. And if we remove all the plants from an area, the earth is left at the mercy of the elements, and it'll all blow away. There's a lot more to soil than most people might realize. For example, soil is like an onion, because they both have layers. Actually, a more technical term for this would be soil horizons, making up a soil profile. The horizon at the very top is the organic layer. This layer has all the living organic material, like plants and other kind of greenery. The topsoil comes next. This is the layer of dirt that we see the most, and it has non-living organic things such as organic residue, along with minerals such as iron, aluminum, and calcium. Below that is the subsoil. Since this horizon doesn't have as much organic material as the previous two, it gets its appearance from the minerals that accumulate there through eluviation, the process in which minerals are brought down from higher horizons through rainwater and forced to settle in lower horizons. Then we have the substratum and the bedrock. The substratum is the layer that is made up of scattered rocks, and the bedrock is the layer that is just rocks. The substratum is the last layer that is really counted as soil, because the rocks that make up the bedrock are too tightly pressed together to be removed by hand. Most people know at least two uses for dirt: for planting things in and for walking on. But there are a few uses for dirt that you might not have heard of. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. This information isn't exactly top secret. Regardless, I'm going to tell you about them anyway, so you might as well buckle up. I mean, it's not like you can leave. Believe it or not, soil is used for filtering water. I know what you might be thinking. How can something as dirty as, well, dirt filter water? I thought putting dirt in water just makes it muddy. And you wouldn't be wrong. Dirt, if you just dump it into some water, that just mixes it in. But if you have water run through the dirt, like this water filter I have here, then the dirt will force the water to run through tiny holes in the process, leaving the nastier bits behind, so the water comes out cleaner. Soil is also used in landfills. For those of you who don't know how landfills work, it isn't just dumping a bunch of garbage into a gaping hole in the ground. Once said gaping hole in the ground is filled with garbage, people will cover up the landfill with dirt and repurpose it into something else, like a park. Dirt also has materials useful in construction, as it contains gravel and sand, two of the ingredients for concrete, a material that is used in things like sidewalks and bridges. Dirt has clay that can end up as ceramics, which in turn end up as art, porcelain, or roofing tiles. And, of course, dirt has calcium and iron, two minerals that are needed by the human body to live. So dirt is sometimes used to make medicine. So if you've come in here thinking that dirt was only useful for gardening, I hope I've convinced you otherwise. Maybe the next time you see a bit of dirt on your shirt, you might pay it a bit more respect. Sorry, got a bit of dirt on my shirt, excuse me. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed digging in to get down and dirty in exploring the world underneath our feet, as much as I enjoyed writing these dirty jokes. Today, I have talked to you about how Earth is made, the layers in the soil, and some uses for dirt you might not have heard of. This concludes my visual presentation. My sources include the National Resources Conservation Services page on dirt horizons, the StudyRead.com page on dirt uses and conservation, and Ask Dr. Universe, a program by the Washington State University. Are there any questions?
What made you decide to choose this topic?
The question was, what made me decide to choose this topic? Well, I would say that I'm interested in getting into horticulture, but that would be a lie. The only reason why I chose this topic was so I could just write a bunch of dirty jokes.